Okay. I go. No following.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we unbox and talk about the toys that we talk about on the podcast. I'm Eric, as usual, and I have another unboxing today, and something that I am super excited about. Today I'm recording this. It is Free Comic Book Day, or at least the first of a series of Free Comic Book Days. So I took my lunch today to head out to my local comic shop, Zap Comics in Wayne, New Jersey. They're my absolute favorite. I have some very good friends that work there. The store is amazing. The culture there is great. Anyway, long story short, I picked up something that they had on display today. I immediately messaged them and asked them to put aside. I, of course, am talking about the Diamand collectibles Iron Giant special edition here with the light up eyes. He's got the little tiny, he's got the S for around his neck. He's got the tiny little Hogarth. I am super excited to open this. So let's go over the box real quick before we get him open. So of course, typical of Diamand Select, Diamand collectibles, you get the nice big window, you get the nice artwork here, as well as the artwork on the side with the movie logo, and of course on the back. And it just real quick, it says, the Iron Giant Collector's Action Figure. This action figure of the Iron Giant is based on his appearance in the 1999 film of the same name and has over 16 points of articulation. It features light-up eyes and includes multiple interchangeable parts, and most importantly, batteries are included this time. So in terms of what's inside the box, like I said, we got Hogarth, we got the Iron Giant himself, we got his S logo, and then we have 2 additional sets of hands. So we could do flying hands, we could do open hands, and then we have closed hands. So without further ado, let me get him open, and I will be right back. All right, so I am already smiling because just having this in my hand, this is one of my favorite movies. I absolutely love. I love the Iron Giant. I remember my brother. I remember Dave actually took me to the theater to see it when it came out back in 1999. I was in that was probably 7th grade, or maybe the summer between 7th and 8th grade. I don't recall. But what's really cool about this figure is, unlike most where you get that Diamand little pamphlet, you actually get a little instruction here on how to change the batteries here in your Iron Giant, and how to illuminate his eyes. So we will of course get to that. So man, this figure is so cool. All right, so let's take a quick look at the Iron Giant here. The paint and detail on it is just stunning. It's so good. It looks exactly like it. It has even the little rivets, and each rivet, you can feel it. It actually pops out. The mechanisms, like there's some exposed screw parts that look so cool in his hips. This is just so cool, and I love. So this is a great figure, right? So it's great because it's well done, but I also love these kind of one-off, one and done figures. This is the only figure you'd need from the Iron Giant, especially at this scale. It's nice. You do get a little tiny Hogarth, which we'll get into too. That also put a huge smile on my face. But all right, so yeah, this is a great representation of the Iron Giant. I know that there was an Iron Giant toy that came out a little bit earlier this year, late 2019. A Walmart exclusive, much bigger, far less detailed than this guy. So let's go over him real quick. So we have the head. So typical left and right. Can't really look up. You can look down a little bit. The jaw moves, it's posable, and while we have him here, I'm gonna flick this on. Let's see if we can see it. His eyes. Where is it? Here we go. His eyes light up. Oh, it's so cool. There you go. Off and on, off and on. All right. His shoulders. He has an interesting take on a ball joint here, because you can actually see this whole mechanism here actually moves as well as the ball joint around, but he has full articulation there. He has a single jointed elbow, but again, much like the actual Iron Giant, it moves exactly how you'd expect. There's a little bit of ratcheting there so that you can actually feel it stop as you come into certain poses, which is awesome. He does have the rotate an additional ball joint. It looks like might be a hidden ball joint there in the forearm, as well as rotation and flex at the wrist. As I mentioned, the hands are removable, so let's pop one of those out real quick. And you know what? We'll go with one of his. We'll go with his Superman flying hand here. It plugs in right away. No problem. Very, very easily there. We can actually have him do, a fun little. He could do a fun little salute. There we go. Salute. Yeah. So as we continue down, he does have a really cool waist joint where you can actually. It looks like you could see like the gaskets and the ribbing of his mechanical torso there. He does rotate all the way around there, as well as a decent amount of crunch forward back. He moves like the Iron Giant would. At the hips and the robotic crotch, let's call it a robotic crotch. He has this like T joint here, which is really cool. So he can kick all the way pretty much up to, you can fold him in half. You can definitely fold the Iron Giant in half, as well as all the way back, as you can see there. He can't do the splits. That's about as far out as he goes. The legs don't go that far out, and they do go in. So he can cross his legs if you have him sitting somewhere. Down to the knee, he has a single jointed knee that goes both ways. So it goes pretty much all the way back and all the way forward. He does rotate right below the knee there, and then the feet, really cool. They go up and down, but as well as a little is there a toe joint here? No, just up and down at the feet. But what's really neat is if you look at the back, he actually has. You can actually see like they recreated a like a little hydraulic joint there. So super cool about this figure. Let's see the S piece. Let's see, how does this clip on? Okay, so you can see there are two little clips there. And what we can do is you can simply just clip it onto his chest, nice and easy. It stays there perfectly. Overall, this is an absolutely fantastic figure. I'm so excited to have it. Yeah. All right. So on to the next part. So let's take a look, and this is going to be kind of difficult, I think, here to really give you a good look of him without the light box. But you have a little miniature Hogarth. And of course, I can't get it to focus on his face. This is gonna be extremely difficult. Let's see. We might have to wait till we get to the light box for this. But let me tell you, this figure, you can see how tiny it is. It's about the same size as like the Ant-Man that came with the Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket 2-pack from Marvel Legends. The face is detailed. Like it's painted to the point where I'm looking at it, I can see pupils, I can see a smile, I can see like the way that his hair is parted, the laces on his shoes, everything is painted. And he sits on our giant here. You can sit him anywhere on the shoulder. Is there? No way. All right. This just got cooler. Check this out. Hogarth has a little magnet in him, and you can actually stick him to the giant's shoulder so that way he doesn't fall off. It is on just that one side. That is the coolest. All right. I'm saying it right now before I even get this thing in the light box, and I'm actually going to take some fun pictures of this outside in the grass too. This is my new nominee for figure of the year. I think this might have just bypassed Spawn for me. The Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. This is now my nominee for figure of the year. Mark it. This is incredible. Diamond, you absolutely crushed it with this figure. Crushed it. I'm so excited to take photos of this. I'm gonna have some fun with this one. We're gonna get some other figures with this kind of light box, I think. Yeah. So if you can find this, like I mentioned, I found it at my local comic shop. Once again, that is Zap Comics in Wayne, New Jersey. Definitely check them out on Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll see that we're always sharing stuff that they're doing. They have tons of vintage toys. They get tons of new stuff, and of course they carry all the Diamond Select figures. But this figure is outrageously good. This figure has no business being this cool. Diamond, thank you for making this. This is incredible. As always, if you are not following us on Instagram and Twitter, you're missing out. At AIC_podcast. We're constantly posting toy news and anything else new that we find that's in the toy realm. And while you're subscribing to things, hit that button down there and subscribe to us here on YouTube, so that way you can keep seeing cool stuff like this as we open up new figures. And subscribe to us on the podcast. That's where it all started. So we have our podcast. It's live every other Monday, and we have some fun guests on. And every Wednesday we bring you a new unboxing here on our YouTube channel. So I think it goes without saying, this is a 4 or 5, 6, 7 thumbs up. This is an incredible figure. If you are a fan of the Iron Giant, this is a must-have. That they absolutely nailed it with this. So stay tuned for photos coming up after the fade here, and until next time.